Oh, oh boy, have I really wanted to talk about this for a very long time. Account reviews. Yeah, you guys love them, and I hate them. I feel like a lot of us already understand that Genshin isn't a difficult game. Personally, for me, I feel like I'm even starting to feel like floor 12 of the Abyss is starting to get ridiculously easy. So easy, in fact, where I'm actually betting Primos with my chat because, yes, I am that confident. And I don't see it getting any more difficult in the future, to be honest. What does this have to do with account reviews, you might ask? Well, as most of us know, this is really the only sort of permanent endgame content that we have right now, and the only way for me to see how well an account can perform is by seeing and guessing how well it can perform in the Abyss. And let's be real here, if you really want an account review, it's likely because you want to know how your account may perform against the Abyss anyways. But the thing is though, when it comes to gameplay, the meta hasn't really changed all too much other than when Genshin first came out. Most of the time, it's me going to give the same advice over and over again. Generally, it goes like this. How good are your stats? What weapons and artifacts are you using? What talents do you have? What team could you use? More often than not, it's almost always the same advice for me being repeated multiple times over. Like, dude, it really feels like I'm doing someone else's math homework. And I'm in computer science, bro. I literally do math for a living. For me, this is very, very time-consuming and boring. Don't get me wrong, I really like helping out my community, but there are only so many C6 Shanglings with R5 catch, 4-piece emblem, triple crown, 40 crit value artifact that someone, especially like myself, can get excited or interested about. And yes, it has gotten that repetitive. The only time that this feeling changes is if the characters that they use are not that popular, but that doesn't happen often. Right? It is almost always characters that are popular or meta are usually the ones that are built. So unless Dendro can make a huge shift in the meta sometime soon, I don't really see how account reviews can get any more interesting. And even so, if it does shift again, it'll be someone saying the same thing on repeat until the next meta shifting thing happens, and then the cycle will continue to repeat. But this also shows that the Genshin community is already starting to understand what characters are the best in any situation. I often find that one or two guides should already be enough to tell you what you can do to improve your account or build your characters. Guides from well-known content creators like Xiox should honestly be more than enough, and they even go out of their way to update and detail their guides to make them as informative as possible. I understand how people really like having that one-to-one talk with another person about how they can improve, kind of similar to like real-life learning. It's like identifying specific points that they can adjust that can make a difference, right? But the thing is about Genshin is that it's easy. It doesn't make much of a difference if you have an attack or EM sands on your Shangling. Her damage will still be very similar. It doesn't matter if your Xingqiu has a sacrificial or Favonius sword. Your rotation will only take like 1 second longer. Probably. But the point is, if your builds are relatively similar to what guides will inform you, you're more than good, bro. You're only going to miss an extra 5 seconds or so in your Abyss run if you're lucky. There's literally no reason to be perfect. And for the people that get their account review just to flex, no one likes to show off. Let's be real here. If you can 36 star the Abyss and ask it for an account review, you're basically trying to flex. Okay, but in retrospect, honestly, it actually makes reviewing accounts a lot less tedious for me because people can actually just try to replicate what that account did. I don't intend for that to sound mean when I say that, but leave that account review spot for someone who legitimately wants help, right? Because they honestly need it more than you do. Oh, and if a content creator that does account reviews as their content, this is nothing against you, I promise. If anything, I honestly envy you, because I honestly don't understand how you can consistently do them without getting bored. For me, after like the 5th review, it gets extremely boring. And I promise you, it gets really boring to the point where I just don't bother doing them anymore for like months after months. Thanks for watching, everyone. I know a lot of you guys around my channel really wanted to understand why I don't like doing account reviews, and even watching them for me gets boring. But anyways, feel free to let me know what you would like me to talk about in the future. Remember to like and sub, and please, I put so much thought into making this video. Feel free to join the Discord. Everyone have a good night and day wherever you're at. Take care, peace, and I'll see you all next time.